Imagine a surgeon, precision, a sterile environment, absolute control. Now imagine that surgeon faced with an impossible choice, a grotesque perversion of his own Hippocratic oath. This isn't just about sacrifice. It's about the terrifying, almost biblical weight of consequence, delivered with the chilling detachment of a psychological thriller. Today, we're dissecting Yorgos Lanthimos' 2017 masterpiece, The Killing of a Sacred Deer. And trust me, it's not for the faint of heart. The absurdity in The Killing of a Sacred Deer is laced with a suffocating dread that grips you from the very first frame. It's a film that asks, what if fate, or something far more ancient and vengeful, decided to collect its due in the most horrific way imaginable? The premise, on the surface, feels like a Greek tragedy transported to a modern, sterile American suburb. Dr. Stephen Murphy, a renowned cardiac surgeon, lives an idyllic, almost too perfect life with his ophthalmologist wife Anna and their two seemingly perfect children, Kim and Bob. But beneath the surface, a festering wound exists in Stephen's past, the death of a patient during surgery. And into this surgically pristine world steps Martin, the deceased patient's son. It's a slow burn that escalates into something truly monstrous. Martin, played with unnerving stillness by Barry Keoghan, begins to insinuate himself into the Murphy family's lives. What starts as mentorship, a father-figure dynamic, quickly sours into something far more sinister. Martin presents Stephen with an ultimatum, a horrifying price for his past mistake. One member of Stephen's family must die. If Stephen doesn't choose, all of them will slowly, agonizingly perish. This isn't just about guilt, it's about a cosmic debt. Martin's curse isn't just psychological manipulation, it manifests as a very real, very physical ailment in Kim and Bob. First, paralysis of their legs, then refusal of food, followed by bleeding from the eyes. Medical explanations are useless. This is beyond science. This is ancient, primal revenge. And it transforms the gleaming hospital corridors into a chilling purgatory. Lanthimos' direction here is masterful in its discomfort. He shoots everything with clinical detachment, often employing wide-angle lenses and static shots that make the characters feel small, almost like specimens under a microscope. The dialogue is delivered with a strange, flat affectation, a hallmark of Lanthimos' style, but here it amplifies the unsettling nature of the situation. It strips away emotional theatricality, leaving only the raw, stark horror of the impossible choice. The title of the film is a direct reference to the Greek myth of Iphigenia. Agamemnon accidentally kills a sacred deer, angering the goddess Artemis, who demands the sacrifice of his daughter Iphigenia in return. The parallels are chillingly obvious. Stephen, in his hubris, or perhaps just human fallibility, caused a death. Now he must pay that ancient price. But unlike the myth, where a god demands sacrifice, here it's a boy, Martin, embodying a terrifying, almost supernatural sense of justice. The film forces us, the audience, to confront an uncomfortable truth. Who among us hasn't made a mistake, a transgression, that could come back to demand such a devastating toll? And when faced with that choice, who do you save? Your brilliant daughter, your athletic son, or your loving wife? The beauty of Lanthimos' storytelling is he doesn't shy away from the horrific practicality of this decision. The family even debates it, their discussions growing increasingly cold and transactional, a desperate attempt to apply logic to an illogical nightmare.
Colin Farrell as Stephen gives a performance of profound torment. He tries to escape, to bargain, to rationalize, but he's trapped. His carefully constructed life, built on control and precision, unravels with agonizing slowness. And Nicole Kidman as Anna is equally captivating. She transforms from an elegant, almost detached wife into a fiercely protective mother, driven to desperate measures. Ultimately, Stephen is forced to make his choice, and it's a climax that is both agonizingly slow and brutally swift. The final act, a scene of almost unbearable tension, shows Stephen blindfolded, spinning with a rifle, randomly shooting at his family, lined up like sacrificial lambs. It's a grotesque parody of justice, a coin toss where the stakes are life and death, leaving us with a deeply disturbing resolution. The Killing of a Sacred Deer is not a film that offers easy answers or comforting resolutions. It's a chilling meditation on guilt, consequence, and the terrifying fragility of our meticulously constructed lives. It forces us to question the invisible threads of fate and the ancient, unsettling power of retribution. It exposes the savagery lurking beneath the veneer of civility, and it reminds us that sometimes no amount of surgical precision can mend a broken moral compass. Would you choose, or let fate decide for you? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.